sent by Kelly Khumalo 08227 08227044358. I think there's extra numbers there, you can see that.
Yes, I can see that, I agree.
So if we go to the text message, because the actual text message that was screen grabbed is in the box, you cannot see it, but it is also typed out, and it will have telephone number, which is 2782 704 4358, and then the text will say Senzo's mom is talking to every radio station in Durban, telling how it would be my fault if she dies of heart attack. Can you believe this woman? You see the text message?
I do see, my lord.
Ngiyabona ke lamlayezo ufundayo ufundeka ngalendlela ke uma kasenzo ukhuluma ke nazo zonke iziteshi zomsakazo eDurban esho ke ukuthi kuzoba iphutha kanjani uma esengashona ke noma ke shona ngenhliziyo uyamkholelwa yini lo muntu wesifazane noma lo mama.
Now if you take it from there and placing on record the time, the status, the storage, the type and the folder.
Yes, so time as should I use this one? So the time, my lord, it's date and time. It's 2013 of October the 11th. Time it's 09:43:59 seconds AM. Status, it says it's read. Storage type device. Type incoming. Folder it's inbox.
Imininingwane lana ifuneka ngalendlela ke kwakunge 2013 10/11/09:43 nama seconds of 59 ekseni. Iyasho ukuthi umlayezo wafundwa ke ukuthi ke umlayezo owawungena nokuthi ke inbox.
And then let's go to the second message and place it on record.
Yes, should I place it?
Yes.
The second message is from 278270444358. Text reads as follows, my lord. I regret everything. I wish I didn't allow Senzo into my life. Look at all the mess it has gotten us into. It's all his lies now affecting all of us.
Sorry.
Then the time and date, my lord, it's 2013 October the 11th, and time it's 09:46:44 seconds AM. Status, it says it's read. Storage, it says device. Type, it says incoming, and the folder is inbox.
Lo mlayezo ufundeka ngalendlela ke wawubuya kule number 278270444358. Umlayezo uthi ke ngiyayisola ke ngayo yonke into ngongathi ngingangazange ngimvumeleke uSenzo empilweni yami. Bheka ke manje lokhu esesingenise kukona ke sisonke amanga akhe onke manje ke lana asenomthelela kithina sonke. Isikhathi 2013 10/11/09:46:44 AM. Isho ukuthi umlayezo wafundwa ukuthi ke yagcina kuphi noma ke storage kuona kumakhalekhukhwini device kwakuyumlayezo owawungena ke ifolder inbox.
Let's go to the next third message on page 7 at the top.
That message says telephone from 278270444358. The text reads as follows, my lord. No, Sisi, it makes matters worse for me because I am just seeing a person who is wrecking. I'm just seeing a person who is wrecking Senzo's family. Time and date, my lord, is 2013 October 11. Time is 09:50:02 seconds AM. Status read. Storage device. Type incoming, and the folder inbox.
Olandelayo ke ufundeka ngalendlela ukuthi ke ubuya kwinamba u2782 7044358. Uthi ke umlayezo cha sisi sekwenza nje ukuthi izinto ke zibembi kakhulu ke manje ngoba mina ke umuntu nje obonayo nanjengomuntu nje osakazayo noma ke ochitha umndeni kaSenzo isikhathi 2013 10 11 0950 nama seconds awu2 status iyasho ukuthi umlayezo wafundwa nokuthi ke wagcina kuphi storage device kwakumlayezo ongenayo ifolder inbox.
Then I suppose I should proceed.
Yes.
Okay. The next one, my lord, says telephone from 27827044 text. No, it reads as follows. The text, my lord. No, it won't. It will just mean that I went through all this for nothing. But I think he is gonna leave because he is shit scared of his mother. I wish I was not pregnant. I was going to let him go. Time and date, my lord, is 2013 October the 11th, and the time it's 09:53 31 seconds AM. The status says read, and the storage device type incoming, the folder it's inbox.
Olandelayo ke inamba u2782 noma ubuya kwinamba ke 278270444358. Umlayezo ufundeka ngalendlela ke cha angeke kuzosho nje ukuthi ke mina ke ngiye ngandlula kona konke lokho ngidlulela ke ize noma ke into engekho kodwa ngicabanga ukuthi ke uzohamba ngoba ke uyamsaba uma wakhe ngiyafisa nje ukuthi ngangingakhulelwe ngoba ngangizomdedela ahambe isikhathi 2013 10 11 0953 ama seconds awu 31 AM. Istatus yasho ukuthi umlayezo wafundwa storage noma la ugcinwe khona ke kuwona umakhalekhukhwini i-device uhlobo ke kwabu message engenayo ifolder inbox.
My lord, my apologies for pronouncing this vulgar word, but that's how it's written. So I don't know how to. So my apologies. The next message, my lord, says telephone from 278270444358. Then it says text. The text. I wish God would tell me why. Time and date is 2013 October the 11th. Time is 09:58 31 seconds AM. Status read. Storage device type incoming.
Olandelayo ke umlayezo buya kuyona ke inamba 2782704438. Umlayezo ke uthi ngiyafisa ukuthi uNkulunkulu angangitshela ukuthi kungani isikhathi ke 2013 10 11 0958 nama seconds awu 31. Uyasho ke ukuthi ke umlayezo wafundwa ke ukuthi ke wagcina kuphi kuwona umakhalekhukhwini nokuthi ke uhlobo kwabu umlayezo ongenayo.
The next one on page 8, my lord, says telephone from 278270444358. Text, Senzo is not strong enough for all of this, though. I feel like standing alone. Time is 2013. Sorry, date is 2013 October the 11th, and time is 10:06:44 AM. Status says read, my lord. Storage device type incoming, folder inbox.
Bese futhi olandelayo ke kuyeka kuyona ke number 278270444358. Umlayezo uthi ke uSenzo ke akekho strong ke for wona konke lokhu ngizizwa nje ingathi ngayimela ngedwa. Date u2013 10/11 isikhathi u10:06 nama seconds awu 44. Umlayezo wafundwa ke wagcinwa kuona noma ke storage wagcinwa kuona ke makhalekhukhwini ukuthi kwakumlayezo owathunyelwa kuyo ifolder inbox.
The next message, my lord, says telephone from 278270444358. The text reads as follows. He's panicking, remember. This is his first big and bad publicity. So he's worried about his entire family. Time and date. The date reads as follows: 2013, October the 11th. Time 10:12:15 seconds a.m. Status read. Storage device. Type incoming. Folder inbox.
Bese ke ulandelayo umlayezo inamba u2782704438 umlayezo ufundeka ngalendlela. Sorry. Uyatatazela ukhumbuleke ukuthi ke ikona kokuqala ke lokhu okukhulu kwaye futhi ke okumbeka ke elisweni elibike elimbeka ke kwiliso elibi futhi ke ukhathazekile ke mayelana nomndeni wakhe wonke. 2013 10:11 isikhathi 10:12 ama seconds awu15 umlayezo wafundwa wagcinwa ke kuwona umakhala ekhukhwini noma ke storage kwakuwona umakhala ekhukhwini kwakumlayezo owathunyelwa.
Then on page 9, my lord, the telephone from 27827044-358. The text reads as follows. What's worse is that his family is not schooled about how to deal with the media. Bapapa nje, especially his mother, who wants to be famous at my expense. My lord, it's difficult, yeah, but anyway, that's what it says.
What's difficult?
I'm saying the things that are said, they're insulting, but be that as it may, the date and time, my lord, it's 2013 October 11. Time is 10:14:06 seconds a.m. Status read. Storage device. Type incoming and folder inbox.
Olandelayo ke ubuya kuyona ke inamba u2782704435 umlayezo uthi ke okubike ukuthi ke umndeni wakhe ke awufundileke ukuthi ke ungathi ke udileke nazo ke izinto eziphathelene ke nemedia baphapha nje ukakhulukazi uma wakhe ofuna ukuthi adume ngami. 2013 10:11 10:14:06 wafundwa ke umlayezo lowo wagcinwa kuona ke makhala ekhukhwini kwakumlayezo owathunyelwa.
The next one, my lord, says telephone from 27827044-358. The text reads as follows. I don't know what he wants to do. He can go if he wants to. The date, my lord, is 2013 October 11. Time 10:14:34 seconds a.m. Status read. Storage device. Type incoming and the folder it's inbox, my lord.
Ulandelayo ubuya kuyona ke inamba 27827044-358 umlayezo uthi ke angazi ukuthi ufuna ukwenzani angahamba uma efuna. Isikhathi 2013 10:11 10:14 ama seconds awu 34.
Then the next one, my lord, says telephone from 27827044-358. The text reads as follows. I've given him a choice to leave and told him I never want him to choose between me and his family. The date is 2013 October the 11th. Time 10:18 10 seconds a.m. Status read. Storage device. Type incoming and the folder it's inbox, my lord.
Olandelayo yona ke number 27827044-358 umlayezo uthi ke nikezele kuyena ke ukuthi ke ahambe ngamtshela ke ukuthi futhi angifisi noma angifuni ukuthi ke akhetheke phakathi kwami kanye nomndeni wakhe. 2013 10:11 isikhathi 10:18 nama seconds awu 10.
The next one at the bottom of the page, which will go to page 10, my lord, starts with telephone from 27827044-358, and the text reads as follows. LOL. I just want this whole it's an insulting word, my lord. I don't. Should I read it verbatim, my lord?
Who is insulting who?
She's sending a message to Zandi, but it's I'll read it as it says, my lord.
Yeah, but I want to know who's insulting who, because you're saying the messages come from this specific number which ends with 358.
So the number 358 is the number of
Kelly's-
Miss Kelly Khumalo.
Kelly's number.
Yes, and she's talking to the sister.
Oh, the
so
sister.
the person that has been discussed is the deceased, but it's the discussions between the two sisters.
Is that so?
Yes,
Oh, I see. Okay.
yes.
Now, you don't have to read it because at that time, Senzo was still alive.
Yes, he was alive.
Yeah, fine.
This time. All right. Huh?
Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
Okay.
So the date of this message, my lord, says 2013 December 31. At the time, it's 11:51 seconds a.m. The status is read. Storage device type incoming, and the folder it's inbox, my lord.
Olandelayo ke umlayezo ubuya kona ke le number 2782704438 iyasho ke ukuthi ke ngifisa nje konke lokhu kodwa ke kunegama kalishilo noma ke elibhaliwe ke khona la singasilona ukuthi igama elifanelekile ukuthi singalisho ke ukuthi ngifisa nje konke lokhu ukuthi ke sekungaphela isikhathi kwango 2013 12:31 11:15 51 am nokuthi umlayezo wafundwa ke bechaza ke uma ekusho ke lokufakaza ukuthi ke lana ke ile number ekuthiwa yakhe ke uMiss Kelly Khumalo ukhuluma naye ke udadewabo kodwa babekhuluma ngaye ke umufi wayesaphila futhi ke ngaleso sikhathi leso.
The next one, my lord, says telephone from 2782 7044358. The text reads as follows: I'm emotionally drained. I sometimes feel that Senzo brought a dark cloud in my life, and I can almost hate myself for not succeeding in getting rid of him via SMS, and the SMS will not go. I feel like God is deliberately sabotaging me by keeping this man in my life.
Olandelayo ke ubuya kakuyona ke le number u2782704438 kuthi ke ngokwasemoyeni ke nje ngikhatheleke ngezinye nje inkathi ke ngizwa nje ingathi ke uSenzo waletha ife limnyama empilweni yami ngezinye inkathi ke ngibe nokuyizonda ke ngokuthi ngingazange ke ngiphumeleleke ekuthini ke ngihlukaneke naye noma ke ngimgudluzeke ngayo iSMS nje ayihambanga noma ayizange ihambe ngizwa ingathi ke uNkulunkulu ke sengathi into nje ayenza ke ngamabomu ke le ukuthi ke agcine le ndoda empilweni yami.
The date, my lord, of this test was 2013 December the 31st, and time it's 11:24:31 seconds a.m. Status read. Storage it's a device, and the type it was an incoming message. The folder inbox.
Kwakuyi message ke le yango 2013 nge31 ke na ke uDecember isikhathi 11:24 nama seconds awu 31 am ekseni.
And then the next one, my lord, says telephone from 278270444358. The text reads as follows: oh yeah, laughing. I can't wait for the day he is no longer in my heart. The time was 2013. Sorry, the date, my lord, 2013 December the 31st. The time was 11:31:01 seconds a.m. Status read. Storage was the device. The type it was an incoming message, and the folder is inbox, my lord.
Number 2782704438 umlayezo ke uthi oya yahleka ke angikwazi ke ukuthi ngalinda ke usuku la engaseyona ke ingxenye noma ke engasekho enhlizweni yami yathunyelwa ke ngo2013 nge31 kuDecember isikhathi 11:31 ne second elodwa.
The next message, the next readings, my lord, on page 11 reads as follows: telephone from 278270444358. The text reads as follows: all I can do is hope and pray that each day I am getting closer to my day of being free from him. The date is 2013 December the 31st. The time it's 11:41 16 seconds a.m. Status read, storage device, type incoming, and the folder is inbox, my lord.
Yona inamba buse yona ke 2782704438. Umlayezo uthi ke engingakwenza ukuthemba nokuthandaza ke ukuthi ke ilanga nelanga ngiyasondela ke ekuthini ngiyasondela ke kusuku noma ke usuku lami liyasondela ke lokuthi ngikhululeke kuyena kwakungo 31 kuDisemba 2013 isikhathi 11:41 nama seconds awu 16.
Yes. The next thing that so the readings, my lords, ends here because Kenneth Stein then extracted. He placed some other diagrams
No,
here.
let's leave those. I was just interested in the messages, and the reason I was interested in the messages because you say in 8225, taking into account all these facts, an inference can be drawn that she meant killing him, and that inference you drew from these 12-13 messages that we have read.
Yes, some of them, my lord. I
Yes.
think the entire context, the entire downloading might be more than this. I think Kenneth Stein extracted some of it,
Yes.
but yes, this covers the inference that I drew, my lord. That's what she meant.
Bengifuna nje ukuthi ke ufundeke la uma message ngoba uyasho ke ukuthi ke wena ke wila usuthola khona ke kulama message ukuthi ke wayefuna ke noma kwabo isifiso sakhe ke sokuthi ambulale uyasho ukuthi lokho kulama message awu 12 noma u13 amanye awo ke ngoba ke akusiwona ke onke lana ephelele ngicabanga ukuthi nje uKenneth Stein wakhipha athize.
And the last sentence on 8225, just before the commissioning part on paragraph 5, it says, I hereby apply for the warrant of arrest for Nontanta Kelly Khumalo on charges of conspiracy to commit murder and murder. You see that?
I do see that, my lord.
And in relation to that, you then completed the J50 form. Is that correct?
Yes, I did, my lord.
Lana ke kufuneka ngalendlela ke manje ke sengenza isicelo ke sokubopha ke yena ke uNonhlanhla Kelly Khumalo ke ngoyinsolo noma ke kumasala ke icala lokubulala kanye futhi nokuhlanganyela ke ukuhlela ukubulala yebo ila manje sengenza khona ke noma ngibhala khona ke leyo J50.
And that J50 is in your index, it will be A226. The statement is A225. The J50 form will be A226.
Yes, I recall the index is correct, my lord.
Yebo ke leyo J50 leyo ke uzoba u8226 njengoba istatement lesi sona u8225.
And just in passing, I don't want to belabor this point. You say then you did not execute. You went to this length to make this statement to complete the J50, but you did not execute or take the J50 plus the affidavit to the magistrate because this was prosecutorial driven investigation. What then happened? Because you were explaining something along those lines on Friday.
No. It's yeah. So the correct context, my lord, I said it was my view that this is what we have. I think maybe if I can, without so that I can put it in the correct context. I said prior to the accused being indicted by the DPP, it was my initial proposal that based on what we have, she must be charged together with these 5 accused. But it was clear on our interaction that from the prosecution side, there's further investigation that must be done. That led me to this statement 225 that Mr. Ramsipil is going through now, my lord, where I then came to say this is the further evidence that we have now collected, the cell phones and so forth. But as I said, it was a procedural-driven investigations. It was provided what I have, the application, and through the discussion, I was advised to hang on to it at that stage, my lord.
Okwenzeka ke lana ke mayelana ke nokuthi ke nankwa kungaphambilini kokuthi ke basolwa-ke laba abahlanu abaphambi kwenkantolo bayobikelela-ke imantshi la engasho-ke noma uma ngikhulumisana nabo-ke abashushisi ukuthi-ke naye-ke akabe yingxenye-ke aboshwe abe yingxenye-ke base bethi-ke abashushisi aqhubekeke ngophenyo yila manje bhala khona 5 ngisho ukuthi naku-ke obunye-ke ubufakazi-ke noma-ke uphenyo olwenzekile-ke base ngitshelwa-ke ukuthi cha angibe ngima-ke mayelana nalokho.
So in essence, my lord, the decision, my decision as a police officer is to investigate and do what exactly I did. You investigate, you compile your statement, you apply the J50. The process of the J50 in terms of authorization, then obviously the NPA and the judiciary then kicks in. So you simply make an application. If there's no blessings, that's how it is, my lord. I can't take it further than that.
Okwenzekayo-ke ukuthi mina-ke nanjengephoyisa-ke ukuphenya-ke ilokho engakwenza-ke ngaphenya-ke bese manje-ke i-J50 lena-ke incwadi-ke yokuthi-ke umuntu aboshwe-ke ila manje sengena khona-ke laba abashushisayo kanye futhi-ke noma-ke imantshi noma-ke mhlampe-ke ijaji-ke ila mina-ke okwami kuphela khona lapho. Uma ngabe-ke kungekho-ke isibusiso esikhona-ke ethi qhubeka-ke akukho engingakwenza ngindlule kulokho.
Now, before I proceed on to the next aspect that has got to do with the reasons now where you stated that after carefully perusing and studying the docket, you then came to a realization that there were indeed intruders in the house, and then you gave certain grounds and reasons in your evidence in chief, and you stated that those were your personal reasons, correct?
Yes, guided by what was contained in the docket, my lord. But just to close this chapter of the warrant, my lord, to close it in the right context, because I want it to be understood in that context. It wasn't to say when there was no blessing from the NPA, there was a rejection. It was a question of saying, perhaps get some more, perhaps the issues of timing. It was a strategic decision that was taken during our interaction. But the position was not to say the NPA is against. Discussions that occurred between us, and I can't discuss them in this court, my lord, but it wasn't a refusal to say she should not be charged at some stage.
Ngiyalivala lo daba lolu kumayela-ke nalo indaba-ke noma-ke udaba lolu lokuboshwa kwakhe-ke uMs Kelly Khumalo kwangasi ukuthi-ke i-NPA nanjengoba sasikhulumisana-ke ukuthi kwakuyikunqaba kubona ukuthi cha akangaboshwa-ke ngaleso sikhathi leso, kodwa-ke nanjengoba sasiqhubeka-ke sixoxisana noma sikhulumisana-ke ngaleso sikhathi leso-ke bathi cha kwakungesona-ke isikhathi.
Yes, sorry, Mr. Ramsipela, I just wanted to hear that. Sorry about that.
Now, just on an aspect that I touched on last week regarding 375, recall I asked you who is the A1 in 375, and you stated that it was Warrant Officer Makubo.
My response, my lord, was to say, according to the system, yes, Warrant Officer Makubo is the complainant. That's what I said, my lord.
Uma bengiphendula-ke mayelana-ke nalo daba A1 owa kwakuyena ummangali kwidokote u375 ngithe-ke kuloko kuvela kwisystem uyena Warrant Officer Makubo.
Now, as you correctly stated that you had access, and by access you qualified it that one of the times was when disclosure was required to be made for the defense team here in of 375. And indeed, I do have the A1 statement of Warrant Officer Makubo in Foslo Raskas 375 of 01/2019. It was commissioned on the 22nd of January 2019, and the commissioner is a Joyce Busisiwe Buthelezi. It's a two-page statement, my lord, with leave of the court. If I can just read the A1 to the Brigadier. Do you have a copy, Brigadier?
I don't have it now, my lord. So yes, I appreciate if perhaps you can just.
I've got a copy with me that is not marked.
Thank you, my lord. Yes, I now have one.
It reads on top, Phosphorus Cast 375 of 01-2019 says, I, the undersigned warrant officer Mishek Makubo, do hereby state under oath as follows that, and paragraph 1, I employed as a detective warrant officer by the South African Police Services attached to 165 Mayor Street, Jamestown, DPCI, Gauteng Province. I'm currently one of the 4 investigating officers in this matter and have 24 years experience in this field. He gives his contact details that we won't reveal in this court. Paragraph 2.
Usually when one wants to prove the entirety of the statement, you want it to be proven first through the person who made it, my lord. But it would appear that my learned friend wants to place the entire statement on record without having followed that process. Brigadier Gininda, my lord, is not the person to commission the statement or cannot vouch to the correctness thereof, but the entirety of the statement is put to him. We submit, my lord, with the greatest of respect that that will not be proper. There's nothing wrong in perhaps crossing, putting certain portions of the statement to him for comment, but to try and put the statement in total record, we submit it's not proper.
Yes, Mr. Ramasipili.
My lord, let me do this. Mr. Mgomezulu has indicated that this witness will be called later. Perhaps let me leave this statement from the brigadier so that when he comes, this can be put first on record.
But you shall have cross-examined. That's the point.
Sorry, my lord.
You shall have cross-examined.
That's okay, my lord.
Are you with me?
Yes.
You can't wait
Yes.
or rely on another counsel.
Yeah.
So you must decide. It's different if you want to use that statement. You say to this court, you are going to call Mr. Makubo, Warrant Officer Makubo, as a witness. Then that's different. Then it can be provisionally admitted under those circumstances.
No,
But if you don't make that,
no, that's not my intention, and those are not my instructions.
the learned friend is correct.
So if Mr. Mgomezulu perhaps was here because he's the one that had indicated that he's going to call it. If I can have it back, Brigadier, let's move on. Thank you. Now, let's go to Brigadier, to some of the reasons why you say there were intruders. And by asking you this, let me be upfront from the beginning. I'm asking as a cross-examiner for clarification purposes. My instructions are very clear from accused number 2, that he was not in the house, he was not involved in the commission of the offense. By therefore asking you about these reasons, I'm asking you as a cross-examiner. It does not come from Mr. Ntanzi that he knows something about what transpired in that house.
Understood, my lord.
Imibuzo engizokubuza yona ke mayelana nanjengoba usho ke wena ngezathu ukuthi ke kwangani ke uthi kunabantu abangena endlini kuqaceleke engikujola uyena ke engimeka umswalo wesibili ukuthi yena ke akazi okwenzeka lapha wayengekho lapha yana mangikubuza ke akubuyi kuyena ke uMr Ntanzi ngikubuza ngoba yimina obuza imibuzo.
Now, one of the reasons that you mentioned, and I'm going to request you, because I don't want to misquote you, where I misquote you, put the correct context on some of the reasons that you gave that I may misquote you or misapprehend you on, right?
Right, understood.
Now, the first one you say is, according to the statements of the witnesses, a robbery of a cell phone belonging to Kelly Khumalo was taken by the robbers. Do you recall that?
Yes, well, I don't remember the exact context how I put it, my lord, but the essence of that submission is that there were allegations that cell phone was taken and I indicated why do I believe that indeed it was taken, my lord.
Ushilo ukuthi esinye seyizathu sokuthi ukholeleke ukuthi kunabantu abangena ukuthi ke ofakazi ke bayasho ke ukuthi ke labo abantu abangena ke bathatha ke noma ke babamnkunzi ke umakhalekhukhwini wakhe uKelly Khumalo. Angisakhumbula ukuthi indlela ke engiyibeke ngayo kodwa ke zazikhona ke insolo ukuthi yebo ke wathatha.
The context was the following. You had stated that after the incident, the phone numbers and the people that were in the house congregated at clinics, bar the one cell phone that is 2498 that registered at Moleleki Tower. That is within that context that you stated this. Now, this phone allegedly at Moleleki, would you have any knowledge who was in possession of that phone at Moleleki?
Personal knowledge or based on the docket, my lord?
Yes.
Maybe let's. So, well, my lord, what is contained in the docket and is contained in the confession of accused Mr. Ramsipule's client. He says the phone was taken by accused 3 from him. He says he took the phone from the house and then it was taken from him by accused 3 as they were driving back. That's what is contained in the docket.
Manje ke umakhalekhukhwini lona ke oxoshwa ke ithawa leyana ke imuleleki ke ubani owayewuphethe usifuna ukwazi ke ukuthi ke usho engikwaziyo mina noma ke kwimininingwane esedokotini kodwa ke kuyona ke confession noma ke statement sakhe umsolo wesibili okuyi client yakhe uMr. Ramusipile ukuthi uyena owathatha umakhalekhukhwini endlini wase uthathwa kuyena ke umsolo wesithathu.
In the context of the phones, my lord, what I said was that in convincing me that indeed they were intruders, one could see that the phone, and I refer to the runaway phone, the phone that disappeared, before this incident took place, was in the same tower with all other phones. So one tower picked them up prior to this incident. They were in the same tower. After the incident happened, when the other phones were moving towards the clinics, and I even said, my lord, the people who were there, who were in the house, were accounted for in the clinics in terms of what they were saying, who was there, and so forth, including the deceased. But this particular phone, the runaway phone, took a different direction, and I indicated, my lord, that it then ended up at this tower of Moleleki. Yet the people who were in the house, supported by the phone. I know we even had a discussion as to whether Mom's phone was there or not, but I said they were in the clinics. In particular, I was focusing on Longwe because it was said Longwe is the shoot, and I said his phone, for the fact, was picked up in the clinics, supported by the tracker system of his vehicle that places him there, my lord.
Mayelana kumase sikhuluma ke ngalo ke udaba lolu lama phones nokuthi ke axoshwa wabaphike amathawa noma yipi ithawa ngaphambilini kwesigameko ukuthi isigameko senzeke ke onke lama phone lana ke aye ngaphansi ke kwethawa eyodwa. Kodwa ke emuva ke kwesiganeko ama phones amanye la abantu ababesendlini ke ngoba ke ubufakazi buyasho ukuthi ke bahamba ke baya ke e-clinics kufaka naye ke ulongo ngoba ke insolo zazithi ke ulongo kuyena ke owadubula kanye futhi ke netracker ukuthi ke nemoto yakhe etholakala khona lapho ke e-clinics kodwa lona wona umakhalekhukhwini esikhuluma ngawo ke okuwona owathathwa ke wona wase uthatha ke i-direction ehlukileke emuva kokuthi isigameko sesenzekile.
Yes.
Now, when you inherited this phone and in this investigation, this aspect of the runaway phone, did you personally interview Kelly Khumalo about it?
No, I didn't. As I said, my lord, and I put it, my lord, in stages, that the first part was the first fact-finding mission. In other words, to draw up an investigation plan, one needed to know whether, in terms of the second allegation, that is prior reading the docket, whether the investigation must be directed to the people who were inside the houses, the perpetrators, or indeed if they were intruders. So the first phase when I was dealing with this aspect was when we were dissecting the docket to establish whether there is evidence in the docket indicating whether they were intruders or not. So it is at that stage, my lord, and I couldn't interview Ms. Kelly Khumalo, anyone. I didn't interview anyone because I didn't want to be contaminated or influenced by those people. I wanted to rely on what is contained factually on the docket. So what I
All right, let's break this down. So there's this whole issue of a gun with the wheel versus the one handed over for testing. Anyone with even a passing knowledge of firearms knows that a 9mm pistol doesn't have a wheel or a rotating cylinder. That's characteristic of a revolver, which would typically be something like a .38 special. If our witness said they saw a gun with a wheel, then why was a different weapon without a wheel submitted as evidence? That discrepancy is huge, and it raises serious questions about the handling of evidence here. Did the investigator just dismiss the wheel detail, or was there some kind of miscommunication about which gun was used? Either way, it doesn't look good. Now, on to Brigadier Bongani Gininda and his focus on Kelly and Zandi Khumalo's text. The texts themselves are definitely intense. Kelly was evidently under serious pressure, feeling abandoned, dealing with public backlash, and probably overwhelmed with the complexities of her relationship with Senzo. But let's not jump into conclusions. Nowhere in those texts does she even hint at wanting to harm Senzo. All we see is a woman dealing with regret, grumbling with the choices she's made, and ultimately expressing frustrations over the toll it's taken on her and her life. And here's where it gets interesting. The defense has now received this communication evidence, which implies the Khumalo sisters' testimony might have more layers than initially assumed. When you add in Advocate Baloyi's comments, it sounds like there's a possible narrative being pushed. One that could conveniently shield Zandi from scrutiny by putting all the weight of suspicion on someone else. It is fair to say that those texts don't equal murder. They speak to an emotional struggle, yes, but that's not a crime. Gininda's attempt to paint this as evidence for something more sinister seems almost like he's gasping at straws. And the judge seems to be noticing this too. With the contradictions peeling up, like the discrepancies with the gun, and now this focus on Kelly's text, the state's case feels like it's starting to crumble. Ultimately, it's beginning to look like the state's narrative might be more projective than fact. And for anyone following this trial, these missteps aren't just technical issues, they're pivotal because they hint at a larger issue in this investigation. If we're going to reach any sense of justice here, we need clarity, not speculation. And right now, clarity is the one thing that's painfully lacking.